Yes, no, maybe. I got it, I think.
You got it? Okay, let me know.
Okay. First of all, how many of you ever worked on a budget? Everybody, right? Pretty much. The toughest budget I ever worked on was for the Walkable Baptist Association. We had 75 churches to agree on something. Can you imagine that? 75 pastors agree on something? That didn't happen very easily. But the budgetary process, the first starting point is the source of revenues. How much money we've got to deal with. And that's where our biggest problem is now. It's shrinking. The revenue base is shrinking. Then I would say we have to identify what the priorities we have. And I think those 100 freshmen that you're talking about will come up with those priorities that need to be funded. And those are going to be tough decisions to decide what we're going to cut and what programs are going to be left off the table. Because the entitlement programs are going to have a lot of coalitions to fight us. Okay? But, like anything else that you go into, we cannot spend no more than we take in. Rule number one. Okay? Rule number two, we need to have some kind of reserve. Any budget I ever worked on, we've tried to build a reserve in that budget, whether it's Coastal Carolina University, the Walkable Baptist Association, any budget I've worked on, we've tried to build a reserve. We have no such thing in the Federal Reserve, in our federal budget. Consequently, I go back to the word I said earlier, sacrifice, as well as bringing people together to build coalitions to solve a problem. He's talking about the 100 freshmen that may be coming into the Congress. New faces, new ideas that are not locked into lobbyists and special interest groups. That's going to be key to passing a lot of legislation that makes sense. As a freshman, I will do what I can to build those coalitions. And anything I've ever been involved in, the only way we accomplish things is we had to bring everybody to the table and make them feel a part of the solution. That's the key. They got to be part of the solution, because right now everybody's part of the problem. The Democrats and Republicans are part of the problem rather than part of the solution in Washington today. Okay?
Earmarks, did you touch on that? Would you eliminate earmarks and pork barrel spending to help bring down the debt?
Earmarks I'm against. The only issues that I have right now that currently we have out there is that I-73 is important in this area. I think we can build a coalition along those states that are affected by this interstate. And I think that coalition can help us deliver I-73 through the budgetary process.